Hello, Michi here. Well, I don't know if that's going to be the official name of the channel, but it will work like that for now. And first, before beginning the video, I just wanted to mention something that I realized that, yeah, of course I am brown, I am Mexican, but then I realized that here I am white. I never realized. I always thought I was of just one color, but you can see that I have two colors. I am super mega white in the places of my body that have not met the sun too much, you know? Pretty cool. And today we're going to speak about a multi-million, if not billion-dollar franchise, which is Pokemon Company, and the fact that they did it again. So basically, Pokemon has these mainline Pokemon games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Sword and Shield, but also has some other games that are mainline but that are not a new generation. For instance, Pokemon Legends ZA, which was, I thought, a pretty good game, and now we got Pokemon Legends ZA. Now don't get me wrong, these are by no means a spin-off. They're not. They are games that are fully developed by Game Freak. And they still treat these games in a horrible way. You can see videos all over the internet of people just showing the textures on the city. And the funny part is that the whole map is just one single model. And the buildings, yeah, those are just boxes that are part of that model. Now, do I have particularly a problem with this? Not necessarily. But they are literally boxes, like they do not have any relief. In fact, there's some textures that people are sharing on the internet where you can see that there's supposed to be a balcony, you know, with the metal railing that prevents you from falling. But since in this game you can actually go on top of the buildings and be running on the buildings, you can tell that there's actually nothing, that it's just a texture, and it looks absolutely horrible. In fact, there were people saying, you know, at this point, Pokemon just put just a wall. Like, don't try to put some windows. It just looks horrible. It looks horrendous. And a lot of people are defending this like, yeah, this is a child's game. What did you expect? Well, there are child games that are better done than this. And also, Game Freak themselves can make really good things. Because I was playing Pokemon Legends ZA, and there is like an introduction at the beginning, where this girl, which is the CEO of Quasartico or something like that, pulls out a Pokemon, and it is like the beginning sequence of the whole game. It should be grand. And yeah, it's a little bit interesting, but I feel like the camera work here is just so bland. And so, well, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I was like, well, maybe Game Freak just don't have somebody there to do some cool camera work, right? They just don't know anything about composition, they don't know anything about cinematography, they don't know about interesting illumination. So I was like, fine, it's them trying their best. And for the first and the second mission, the animations are absolutely horrible. There's a moment in which your companion gives you a Pokeball, raises his arm, you cannot see that he does not have actually a Pokeball. And then the Pokeball just magically appears in your hand. It looks absolutely horrendous. Does it affect the gameplay? Well, no, but this is a $70 game, you know? And here is where I actually got a little bit mad. Well, not mad. I mean, I'm not gonna go to Game Freak just, holy jolly Redditor, I'm going to downvote you into the Shadow Realm. Like, I don't care that much. But admittedly, I was a little bit pissed when exactly in the third mission, where you're in the battle zone and you have to escape from the battle zone, there are three guys that are there and your companion is like, hey, we're just trying to get to a hotel, like, let us pass please. And they're like, no way, we're not gonna let you pass. Once you're in the battle zone, you gotta fight us. Now you're a target of us. But in this scene, it is nothing fancy. You don't got great illumination, you don't got fireworks all over the place, but it looks actually pretty nice. And it's honestly thanks to the camera work and that they put a little bit of effort into the animation of the character. This is absolutely not groundbreaking. You can see your companion that is a little bit moving like that, you know, throwing a little Fortnite dance. And again, some people would say, well, you're just a Pokemon fan, you're happy with the bare minimum, which would be that. Trust me, this is not even the bare minimum. I would be happy if they did this, at least for all the important scenes, like the first sequence. But they don't. They just, in the third mission, decided, okay, here we're going to make a cool animation. And it's honestly so infuriating because at least for the first 5 missions, let us have this type of animation so that we're actually immersed and that we're actually like, okay, this game looks pretty cool. It looks decent. Game Freak, please give us something to defend you with. Yes, I am a dummy and I will defend a billion-dollar company, but please let us defend you. So far as the game is, it's literally embarrassing. I cannot defend that. I'm still not super advanced in the game. I don't know if it will be good or bad. Let me know if you guys want a review of that. But it's so crazy because all these years we've been like, okay, yeah, Game Freak does not want to hire people that do things right. And it's not that. Clearly, they have people that know how to do things right because they have actually done it, like in this scene. But I don't know if they're rushed. I don't think they're rushed at all. I mean, sure, I don't know the specifics of how the development of the game is. But to tell me that this animation was the most difficult thing you did ever and that you couldn't do a few more like this, it just seems insane to me. I don't want this video to be a hateful video towards Pokemon ZA, although it already is, I'm sorry. So I will say one good thing that I thought of the game. There is a wild zone where it actually gave me a little bit of a mind-bending thing. A mind-boggling little thing. You know, there's like this wild zone that looks like a park. And so I was in the park and then I saw a lead Leo and then I tried to get close to it. But then I felt so weird about it. I felt like, okay, this looks like an actual place that would be in real life. This looks like an actual park. This was not just like any other Pokemon game where it's just a fantasy world. Go and explore, which I have nothing against. But this was an interesting feeling because I was like, I am in the park and I am catching an animal that is in the park. This feels wrong. But then I was like, okay, it's a game and it's Pokemon, calm down. There's absolutely no need to get crazy in here. And also, there's like very, very little places that are very polished, like the room that you stay in the AC hotel. Like I was there and I almost imagined like a perfect Pokemon game where it was like, you can invite your friends and go and explore the region and you guys have like a cozy home that you guys can retrieve to. Imagine the perfect game, almost like a GTA plus Animal Crossing plus Pokemon. Like a real world where you can just go and explore with all of your friends. You guys can go to some place to make Pokemon battles or maybe even play pool. I mean, this type of game would be perfect if there was something in the world that wouldn't allow us to go outside for like a month or two, where you're just like, you know, I don't gotta do anything for 1 month. Let me just hop on Google Meet. Yes, I don't use Discord. I use only Google Meet. Thank you. And just chat with my friends all day while I have an adventure. So these games kind of put images in my head of what could a Pokemon game be in the future. It is not there yet, not by a long shot, but I'll say that's a good thing about Pokemon Legends ZA. That's about it, see ya.